The first lesson I wish I'd learned sooner is the less you say, the more your words will matter. I always used to think that the loudest person in a room had the most power, that the person who talked the most had the most control, until I realized the person who spoke the most was the least in control. They were trying to come across as likable. They were trying to be popular. And in that attempt, they were actually making it harder for them to be memorable. It was hard to be interesting for a 30-minute conversation and talk for 20 minutes of it. It was really difficult to be memorable when you said so many things, but no one remembered what you exactly said. It felt really uncomfortable to be quiet, but every time you kept trying to interject and say something, you felt even less confident because you didn't have anything meaningful to say. This principle, this lesson will change your life. The first thing it will do is it will stop you from being anxious in social settings. The number of us that walk into a social setting and try to come off as interesting and important only to leave feeling insignificant and irrelevant to the conversation. If you realize that being silent is not a weakness, being silent is a strength. Why? Because you can listen. It means when you respond, people will also be able to tell that you took in what they say. See, most of us are struggling not because we don't listen, but because we're thinking about what we want to say while we're listening. Because of that, we don't even digest what someone is sharing. So when we open our mouth, that person feels disconnected and distant. So firstly, it will remove that anxiety and nervousness when you're at a party, a social setting, a work event, whatever it may be. The second thing is you get the opportunity to be interested, which is even more important than being interesting. People love to share and answer great questions. When you get good at asking good questions, people feel good. They react in a good way. They appreciate it. Now, most of us, when we ask questions, we ask things like, how was your day? That person has been asked that for so many years in their life that they have a rehearsed, regurgitated answer. Something like good, fine, okay, blah, right? Now, you may be a little more bold and talk about the weather. That's boring too. That person has been asked about the weather for years. Now, you may have heard, let's ask someone what's exciting for them. That can sometimes feel quite challenging for that person. Here's what I'm going to share with you. If you're going to ask something, share your thoughts on it first. Say, I've been watching this really cool TV show. What's your thoughts on it? Have you seen it? They go, no, I haven't seen it. And they say, tell me about it. Now you've actually been asked to share. A lot of us say so much when we're not asked. Unsolicited advice and unsolicited conversation is potentially the hardest to hold someone's attention with. When someone asks you a question and you respond, that keeps their attention. When you talk without letting someone else get involved, we actually lose their attention. The less you say, the more your words will matter. The less you complain, the more people will listen. The less you react, the more control you hold. The less you argue, the more dignity you keep. The less you chase, the more you attract. The less you speak from emotion, the more weight your words carry. The less you overcompensate, the more people understand you. Less noise, more impact. Less chatter, more respect. Less explaining, more commanding. Speak less and mean more.